Hey, Alec here. Today I'm going to share with you how to get started freelancing and get your first clients when you've learned web development on online courses and you don't have a degree, you didn't go to college. Today I'm going to share with you how to get started. Now, what are the differences between you and someone who went to college? What are the things that realistically you don't have that they have that can help them get a job? There are two things that I see. Okay, there's the degree and there's going to be their portfolio. Now, the trick to getting started as a freelancer is to make sure that you find methods of getting clients that don't rely too much on degrees and portfolios, okay? Some really bad methods would include Upwork. Upwork is bad because what happens on Upwork? Well, people see your profile, they see that you don't have a portfolio because let's face it, most of your profile is going to be made by your portfolio, and so because you don't have one, you're going to have trouble competing with people who have a college degree. What are other options? On the other end of the spectrum, there's options such as cold calling and cold emailing where they'll never see your portfolio. Like, if you speak with confidence, I've only had ever one client who's ever asked me whether or not I had a degree when I was using these methods. So yeah, it's pretty easy. The only thing you need to do is make sure that you find client acquisition methods where these things don't matter. It's the same reason why it's harder for people who don't have degrees to get jobs, because normal job interviews rely on degrees more than portfolio, but definitely degrees and perhaps a little bit portfolio too, while Upwork depends almost entirely on your portfolio, and since you don't have one, you can either create one or find another method that is more lucrative and that doesn't require one, such as cold emailing, cold calling. And when you're using these sort of methods, now these advantages that these two things that give advantage to people who have college to get jobs in certain methods, such as normal interviews and that kind of thing, don't matter anymore because that's not what clients are considering. Now you're going to be competing with other people on things that they don't have an advantage over you. You're going to be competing on how confident you sound. You're going to be competing on how good you look as a freelancer, on how well you understand the client's services, how well you do your proposals, and that kind of thing that these people never learned to do in school anyway. And so you're going to have an even footing. And again, as I said, like, I've had one client ever who's asked me whether or not I had a degree when I was using methods such as cold emailing and cold calling. So definitely use these methods. If you play your cards correctly, your clients will never notice that you don't have a degree and you don't have a portfolio. And after that, if you do want to get a regular job or just go work or just go on Upwork and platforms like this, or use other methods that rely on whether or not you have a portfolio to be successful, well, guess what? You can just use the portfolio that you've built while working with your clients that you've gained using methods that don't require a portfolio to get these clients, such as email and cold calling. And in my opinion, the method that you should probably end up using once you have that portfolio is probably going to be to create websites and to drive traffic to your websites using ads. Because once you have a portfolio, you can put it on your websites and your websites become much better, much more effective. And the really good thing about using websites and driving traffic to it is that it's something that it only depends on how much money you put on your ads and also on the quality of your website, but it's not something that you need to spend time like writing emails or spend time like calling people. It's something that you just put money in, and it doesn't take you time. So once you start making a lot of money, you can start spending a lot of money on ads, and this will bring you clients and will allow you to spend a lot less time in your week working on trying to find clients, which I know a lot of developers don't really like that aspect of the business. But just but don't worry about it too much, because over time you're going to be able to charge more and more money per website, and there's going to be a point at which you don't really have to use client acquisition methods that you don't really enjoy, methods that take you a lot of time, because you're going to get referrals and you're going to have enough profits per website so that you can afford to spend almost no time trying to get clients because of how much money you can afford to spend on ads. because of how high your profit margin is. So definitely start with things like cold email and cold calls. After that, you can branch off on Google Ads and maybe Upwork. I wouldn't recommend going on Upwork full time and 100%. And also another option would be regular job. Like definitely the easiest way to get a regular job, if that's your goal, and I'm not judging you, like you have the right to want that, is going to be to start freelancing until you have a little bit of a portfolio, and then this is going to allow you to get these jobs easier. Like you start with cold email and cold calls, and after that you can branch off to these things if that's what you want. With that said, I hope you found this video helpful. I made this video for one of my viewers who has requested this topic specifically. If you have questions about freelance web development, things that I'm not covering in my videos right now, you can ask me in the comments down below. Also, I made a video this week on what courses you should get if you want to become a web developer online. I share with you my top 4 courses. If you want to see that video, click the link in the description. With that said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.